Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Series Now episode of the Seattle Baseline Podcast. My name is Julian Smith, and I'm with Alex Hong. Alex, we're back here. We got our jerseys on. We went to the Rays game. It was super awesome. Ichiro. It was amazing. Yeah, number 51. It went up on the what's that called? Is it the stands? It went up on the stands. Is
The
that the right
retirement
term?
numbers, yeah.
Yeah, it was super awesome. Um, yeah, fellow Japanese person going into Hall of Fame, Ichiro. Nice. It was super awesome. We went to the game. We got the jerseys, and yeah, we enjoyed the game. Alex, we saw Cal Raleigh hit that home run, the 3-run shot that saved us the game. You want to show us the reaction we had for that?
Well, if I remember correctly, someone was on first and second. I think Randy got, I think, popped out the batter before. So it was two outs, right? So then
Yeah.
we're like, oh God, if Cal doesn't do anything here, then something has to happen to the bottom of the ninth. So, and then, if you were counting on a Mariners player this season to hit a home run, it was going to be Cal Raleigh. And what do you know? He comes up and launches one to right field. I mean, that was just incredible. Everybody, including us, was jumping up and down with our hands up in the air. It was crazy. It was great.
It was funny because my dad disappears for like basically the entire game. He's just marching around the field, and he comes back right after the home run, and he's high fiving everybody, and I'm like, where were you? Where were you, Dad?
Yeah,
Like
he didn't
what?
even see the home run. In fact, he literally he knew it was a home run because he saw everyone yelling and screaming. So obviously something happened, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so yeah, that was a super fun experience. It's nice to get that comeback win like that. I had my glove above my head like a hat. It was amazing. But the rest of the weekend I went to the Boeing Classic, and you know, it's nice to see these professional golfers come out and play. It was a fun time. And all some of these guys, they're Hall of Famers. Some of these guys you might have never heard of before, but all of them come out and practice the night before. They're there super long time. And I just thought that was really cool to watch as a former competitive golfer. It was a nice thing to watch them practice all the stuff that they do to prepare for the tournament day.
Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good weekend too. I didn't do too much. I hung out with some of my old high school friends from in the weekend, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I also had a very good time watching the Seattle Mariners, as every Mariners fan who watches the games did, because the Mariners have been on a roll. So not only do we sweep the White Sox in the previous series, we have also now swept the Tampa Bay Rays. So that's now 7 games in a row. And yeah, this team is on fire. So, Julian, what excited you the most from this series?
So I went into this series thinking, look, if we win 2 out of 3, that's great. If we sweep, that's a bonus. And we got the bonus. It was amazing. But one thing that stood out to me was the pitching staff. And this whole season, we've been itching. Like Mariners fans, we're sitting in on their couches watching the Mariners play. We are itching for this pitching staff who was known as the top pitching staff in the league last year, first in ERA, like just blow up. Kirby comes back from injury and he's not the same. Now he is. Logan Gilbert comes back from injury. He wasn't the same. Now he is. Logan Evans is obviously not your guy that you're relying on. Well, there you go. Like the Mariners turned it around, and we got offensive supplements in. We got additions in the offense that can hit home runs. We now know that this lineup is so stacked that everybody in the lineup looks at the guy before and goes, I think he can hit a base hit. I think he can prolong the at bat long enough for me to see enough pitches, and hopefully he leads to me hitting a home run. Like if you are a 4-hole hitter, you're looking at Julio Rodriguez. Like if you're Josh Naylor, 4-hole hitter, you're looking at Julio Rodriguez, who's a 3-hole hitter, saying maybe he can show me enough pitches so that I can hit something in the gap in the home run. It would be cool. And the pitching just held its own. This is what the Mariners are. This is playoff Mariners right here. This is what we want to see.
Yeah, I mean, this offense is just phenomenal. I mean, last season we were hoping the offense would score even a few runs, but now the offense is scoring like a good amount of runs, like multiple runs a game. Like we can rely on the offense to win us games this year, which is not what was the case last year. I mean, even though we're trotting out Logan Evans, and Logan Evans, I mean, he's doing the best he can. He's young, but obviously he's not that good of a pitcher compared to our other guys, right? But even when Logan Evans is starting, this offense is producing to where it doesn't matter if he's in. Like the game, the second game where Logan Evans was pitching, he went, what, 5 1/3, gave up 3 runs. That's not that great. I mean, that's okay. But then the offense scored 7 runs. So, I mean, yeah, so we were set for that game. So yeah, I have to give a big round of applause to this offense for really, really coming out and playing well. And yeah, I have to give credit to pitching staff too. I mean, there's a reason why we've been winning. We won 7 in a row. This team, the entire team has been playing well lately. It's not just one, like, it's not just the offense or just the pitching. That won't lead you to win all these games in a row. So it's the entire team. The Mariners are playing together as a team, like, from all sorts of places.
I think one of the big things is we went into the offseason saying, look, we have some holes, you know. The first one was third base. Obviously, we didn't have a solution at third base. And we were thinking about, you know, Alec Bohm from the Phillies. We were thinking about maybe signing Alex Bregman. Those dreams died when we realized we had a $15 million budget. And so we were left with a team that ran Jorge Polanco as the starting third baseman. And obviously it didn't work out. It wasn't the same because Jorge Polanco's never played third base. It was a team that started with so many holes. They've eliminated basically every single hole. This team is as consistent as it gets. This team, pitching staff, bullpen, offense, defense, everything is good. And so that's why I think we have a chance at making the playoffs.
Yeah, so a few players I want to highlight in this series. Obviously, I think the name a lot of people were talking about was Cal Raleigh. When we talked about the home run he hit, some people were probably like, which one? Because he hit 3 home runs in this series. I mean, like, this guy is just incredible. He has 45 leading home runs this season. Like, he's insane. So, and we talked about how Cal Raleigh was struggling lately. I mean, he was clearly in a slump. He was batting like around 100, right, for the last few weeks or last 2 weeks or so. So he hasn't been playing that well. But I mean, if Cal Raleigh can pick it back up, I mean, he doesn't need to be hitting home runs every game, but if he can at least be not, I mean, we don't need him to be hitting home runs every game and hitting like a 1200 OPS. If he's even like, even if we get him like a little bit down from how he was early in the season, this is still an incredible player to have on the team. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Cal Raleigh hopefully being back to form and playing really well for us down the stretch here.
I want to say one thing about Eugenio Suarez. To everybody saying that Eugenio Suarez is slumping and he's been horrible, the Mariners are in a lose-lose situation with Suarez and giving away the prospects. Nope, that's not true. Eugenio Suarez is a good player. He brings the good vibes to the team, and I'm sure he'll get back to what he's been doing in Arizona. Every player has bad stretches. Cal Raleigh just got out of one. Every
Hopefully.
single player. Look, Julio Rodriguez was one of the worst players in the league for the first 2 or 3 months. Players are going to have bad stretches. And Suarez proved himself to be a player that even if he has a little bit of a bad stretch, he's going to be good for most of the season. So I know that Eugenio Suarez is going to turn this around. A few more weeks if he doesn't play good by then. A little bit concerning, but for now, Eugenio Suarez is. I think he'll be good for once the next week comes up. He'll be good. He'll be back to shape.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have any other thoughts to add before we talk about how the Mariners stand right now?
No, I think pitching staff is great. Offense is great. Suarez will pick it up. Imagine how good this lineup is once Suarez picks it up.
Yeah,
This is
this
a
team.
great, great team. This is amazing.
So the Mariners are first in the wild card right now. They have eclipsed Boston by by a little bit here with Boston to on Monday have lost to Houston, which is interesting how Boston and Houston playing, it could be indifferent on who to root for because they're both contending teams. The Mariners stand one game behind the Astros if they do want to catch Houston for the division. I feel like the Mariners they're playing well enough to where, I mean, getting the first versus like the second and third wild card doesn't matter as much to me, but I feel like winning the division matters a lot more. So I feel like the Mariners should be trying to catch Houston as much as possible here. I feel
So
like that should be their goal for the division.
my big thing about why it's nice that the Mariners have this big of a lead in the in what's it called, the standings,
Standings?
is because once you have a big of a lead, you have a little bit of stress relief. And what I mean is you don't have to use your bullpen pitchers all the time. Like you don't need to use Andres Munoz to win every single game. At the end of the season, you might be able to give Andres Munoz and Matt Brash a little bit of a break. You might not be sending him out for 2 or 3 games in a row. You could send him out maybe once in 5 games, and you'd still be confident. You'd still be clinching the playoffs. That's the position you put yourself in when your team can be a little bit more calm. You don't have to win every single game. You just have to strategically make sure that you make the playoffs and make the playoffs in a good seed. Everything is good. So the Mariners put themselves in a really nice spot. They can refresh their bullpen up. They can refresh their batting up, and all good vibes going into the playoffs. Who knows what happens? Maybe we win a World Series.
Yeah, and it starts right here. This next series, the Mariners are against the second worst team in the American League, a team that really struggled throughout the season, and in fact, they had just gotten rid of a few of their good players, the few good players that they had. We're talking about the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
Julian, how do you feel going into this series against this team?
The Baltimore Orioles last year were really good. This year, they're not so much. Their pitchers, their starting lineup, or not lineup, starting pitchers have not been good this year. Tomoyuki Sugano, who was good to start the season, when we first faced him, he was a 3 ERA. Now he's a 4 or 5 ERA. So he's fallen off a little bit. And I think this offense can attack their defense. Their offense doesn't have very many good players. Notably, Gunnar Henderson is a big one. Holiday is another big one, and Rutschman's another big one. Those are the three. That's it. If we can shut them down, we can score against them. We win the game. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, this team, like I said, they traded Ramon Laureano, they traded Ryan O'Hearn to the San Diego Padres. They are clearly on a sense where they're trying to, this is a future thing. Like this team's not winning. We're trying to play for the future.
Mhm.
So as an organization, they're the players, obviously, anytime a team decides to blow it up, the players want to win. The players, there's no guarantee they're going to be there next year, right? The
Mhm.
players, they don't want their stats to be bad, right? Like all the players are always going to be trying their best and trying their best to win as many games as possible, right? And do as well as possible. But the team, like the upper level, the manager, or maybe even the GM of the team is not like they're looking forward to the next year, right? So I feel like against a team like this, the Orioles are definitely gonna keep trying, but we have to be able to take advantage of a team that clearly is not intending to win this season, right? Even like teams who didn't like sell like their entire roster, they're still like maybe hoping for like a nice run, a nice win streak to try to get into the playoffs. The Orioles as a team, they're not very interested in that. But
Yeah.
one thing I do want to say is the Mariners are against a few really good teams coming up. after this Orioles series. I don't want the Mariners to look past this team. Like treat
Mhm.
this team like it's like some like high school baseball team because they are an MLB team, right? They're
Obviously,
still
yeah.
a professional baseball team, right? So I don't want them to look past and then start struggling or not taking it as seriously and then maybe even losing a few of these games. Like, right? I feel like we had a chance to do really well against the A's earlier a few series ago, but then we didn't, right? So I feel like the Mariners, they're on a roll right now. They might be really excited. They might be looking forward to playing the Mets and the Phillies, but we still have to take the Orioles seriously
Yeah.
and play very well for us to win.
And look, if you lose one out of the three games, you still win the series, and that's fine. But every single game, you've got to be pedal to the metal. This is a series where the Mariners can take advantage of them. You're facing the Mets, you're facing the Phillies. Those two teams, especially the Phillies, they just added Joan Duran. They're good. And so taking advantage of this team, the Orioles, is really important, especially when they don't have their top players.
Yeah. Look, I mean, this offense, they've been playing really well. Our pitching staff compared to their pitching staff, not even close. Even our offense, not even close. We are the better team. Let's get it. Mariners, let's play well. Let's win this series, and then we'll all be happy going into next week.
We'll be happy. That's key word there. Keep being happy. Good vibes only. Hey,
Yeah.
thank you everyone for watching. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our beautiful face on YouTube. Check out our Instagram. And as always, go Mariners.
Go Mariners.